Jacob Zuma lied and used a fake intelligence report that is cooked, a report that was cooked by those close to him. It is this intelligence report, that fake intelligence report, that was used as a weapon to remove Floyd Shivambu from his position as the Secretary General of uMkhonto weSizwe Party. This is what Floyd Shivambu has just revealed right now in the press briefing that he gave about the developments that are unfolding in the uMkhonto weSizwe Party and of course the political scene as a whole in this country. Greetings guys, welcome to the platform. My name is Tebos Kosana and the name of the platform it is weSizwe Labansundu. I've rebranded. weSizwe Labansundu means the voice for Africans. Please help me grow this platform guys by subscribing, by becoming paying member. You can contribute 20 Rand per month, by sharing the video on the social media platforms, or by buying us the super thanks. Another way is by watching the ads that play through on this video. Do not skip the ads. These ads are another way for the platform to be able to earn a revenue. Okay, so guys, here these are the news. I hope you guys have seen the press briefing by Floyd Shivambu, where he revealed the reasons that actually that Malawi story, that Malawi and Shepherd Bushiri story is a lie. And I remember what I said on the day when the uMkhonto weSizwe Party held a press briefing and announced that they were relieving Floyd Shivambu from his position as the party's Secretary General. I pointed out that actually the reason that they are giving us that he undertook a trip to Malawi. He undertook a trip to Malawi to meet with Shepherd Bushiri, unsanctioned. I told that reason is just a smoke screen. That reason was just a smoke screen. You see, the actual reason is now being revealed. And what Floyd Shivambu is revealing is not far off from what I had said. That Floyd Shivambu had become a stumbling block. To those who are close to Jacob Zuma. And chief amongst those people, of course, it is Duduzile Zuma, uMkhonto Ndlelas, and Bonkos Khanyile. But because we know that the ringleader of that group, it is Duduzile Zuma. You see. Because remember when Floyd Shivambu came in and was then appointed the national organizer, a few months later then was appointed the party's Secretary General, where was tasked with developing the constitution, the document policies, right? And also, but most importantly, to establish structures, to ensure that the organization has structures. With that kind of work that Floyd Shivambu was tasked to do, and he was doing that work, of course he was threatening the likes of Duduzile Zuma, in a sense that in a structured way, in an organization or a political party that has got structures, it means there has to be accountability. It means people, they have to account for things that they do in the organization. And one of those things, it is the monies. As you know that uMkhonto weSizwe Party is represented in Parliament, which is the National Assembly. And it is represented in the provincial legislatures. It is in KZN, Mpumalanga, I think Free State, they've got one seat, if I'm not mistaken. But you'll correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So because of that, the political parties that have got representation in the National Assembly and in the provincial legislatures, they do get money. So it is that man that was being misused. It's that man that was being misused by people like Duduzile and those who are close to Duduzile Zuma. We know that about a month or 2 months after Floyd Shivambu had been appointed the party Secretary General, there emerged reports about the monies that were going missing in the KwaZulu-Natal provincial legislature. One of the people that was fingered in that report he carries a Zuma surname. He carries a Zuma surname. You see. So these are the people who, of course, to them, the uMkhonto weSizwe party does not mean the same thing that it means to you or any other person who voted for uMkhonto weSizwe party. Meaning, you and I who voted for uMkhonto weSizwe party, we voted for uMkhonto weSizwe party for different reasons than those who are currently leading the uMkhonto weSizwe party, or those who are close to President Jacob Zuma. To them, uMkhonto weSizwe party represent an opportunity to loot. To them, the uMkhonto weSizwe party represents an opportunity to use it as an accumulation vehicle for purposes of enriching themselves and their families. Unlike you and I, who had voted for the uMkhonto weSizwe party or even campaigned for the uMkhonto weSizwe party because we had seen it as a vehicle that can at least bring us as the natives, as the oppressed masses of this land, under one roof or under one umbrella, where we can be able to pursue a single struggle which ultimately will lead to the total liberation of the African masses. So you can see the disparities between the reasons. That is why then they could not welcome Floyd Shivambu in the party, because they understood that the structures that was putting in place, those structures were threatening their accumulation path. So for Jacob Zuma to then lie to the public and claim that the reason that they are removing Floyd Shivambu as the party secretary general is because he undertook a trip to Malawi to meet with Shepherd Bushiri, a trip that Floyd Shivambu himself says Jacob Zuma knew about it. And Floyd Shivambu said it in public that Jacob Zuma knew about this trip. But all of a sudden, Jacob Zuma did not know about that trip. Then Jacob Zuma had the nerve to tell us that the pressure from the so-called civil society is one of the reasons that they ended up acting against Floyd Shivambu. But of course, we know, just I knew then, and I hope some of you now know by now, that indeed it was just a smoke screen. Floyd Shivambu was being removed to safeguard the interests of Jacob Zuma's family. For them to concoct a fake intelligence report that says Floyd Shivambu is targeting President Jacob Zuma. He wants to remove or to topple President Jacob Zuma so he can become the president of the uMkhonto weSizwe party. And for Jacob Zuma to believe and act on that report, because let me tell you something, Jacob Zuma is not a fool. He knows very well that even that intelligence report is fake. He knows that it is fake. But because it serves his interests, those who've known Jacob Zuma will know that it's not for the first time. When he removed Pravin Gordhan, do you still remember in 2017? When he removed Pravin Gordhan as a Minister of Finance, what did he say? He said he was removing Pravin Gordhan on the basis of an intelligence report. But of course, that intelligence report, we never got to see that intelligence report. So do you see the consistency in terms of how President Jacob Zuma works, in terms of how Jacob Zuma operates? It's not so long ago when I said in a video that Jacob Zuma likes creating conspiracy theories. And in those conspiracy theories, he then places himself at the center of it as a perpetual victim of it. As a perpetual victim of it. So this is the kind of a person who claims to be interested in uniting the black people, in the struggle for the total liberation of the downtrodden masses of this land. The very same person who places his family, his personal interests, and of those who are close to him ahead of the masses. A person who's prepared to compromise the unity and the well-being of the black masses just so himself and his family can be well off. That is Jacob Zuma for you. And I'm glad that Floyd Shivambu came out to speak about this, because that's what we've been saying, that actually this is just a smoke screen. The Malawian Bushir story that we've been given to, we are just being insulted. These people are insulting our intelligence. So Floyd Shivambu is saying now, moving forward, he's going to be, he and others are going to be engaged in the consultation processes in terms of establishing the political party, but to consult the masses of South Africa to get counsel and advice in terms of should they go ahead and establish a political party? Do South Africans need another political party and all of that? So that's a process that he's saying they're going to be engaged in. So indeed, he's confirmed that it's not going back to the ANC or the EFF. You see. So yeah, there you guys have it. Sometimes when we say these things, people tend to insult us. They tend to insult us, but now it's been proven. That was what I was saying, that Jacob Zuma, Tutuzile Zuma, this thing that's called uMkhonto party is nothing but a family fiefdom. Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. Please remember to subscribe. Remember to like, share, and comment. Thank you very much, guys.